Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They're back home after flying to and losing in London last weekend.
Always a tough travel week. All the distractions. You know that they're happy to be back in their own building, but that was not a trip to remember.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Lambeau. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Off play action. Hatcher. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason. So now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones.
He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hatcher, throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. An inside give to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Hatcher. And this is going to be incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one.
York able to send this one through.
And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out in the starting game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Hall again on 2nd down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Back to throw now on first down. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Third and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
On side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's pulled in at the 32. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Give to Hall running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Second and 2. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Second and 9 now. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jamar Chase, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Ball start. Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Carrington. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Off the play fake. Hatcher. He's got his man on the crossing route. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Hatcher, open man is Samuel, complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Hatcher, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Looking to throw. Hatcher. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. York able to send this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The Seahawks take back over. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
2nd and 4. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to throw again.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. The Pats try and hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they too did throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. He'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Complete to number 86.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's Jackson again on the reception. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Running left, it's Hall. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. A toss left side for Hall. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Rashawn Gary in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Hatcher. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Hatcher's pass intercepted by the Seahawks.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw. Right side caught by Jackson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Hatcher. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2nd and 6. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hatcher. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He got 29 yards that time.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Operating from the gun, Hatcher. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Complete to number 13.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
It's not the first time we've seen him get run up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hatcher. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st down, Hatcher. And a little floater there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Carrington on a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
throwing on first down. Hatcher, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Complete to number 29. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
To throw on second down. Hatcher. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Hall again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Straight ahead is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw. Hatcher. Dancing to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Hatcher, and my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 64 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jackson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance of yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. And he's got some space here. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Hall ought to give up the middle. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Hall again on 2nd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll run with Hall. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st and 10, Hatcher. And Jones has it over the middle. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. From the gun on 3rd down. Hatcher. He's got a man. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, they earn one final victory and finish the regular season at 13-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll finish a less than stellar campaign with a mark of 6-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.